paving this shit crank.
I'm the man up in this piece. King Kong ain't got shit on me.
What up, world?
What up?
Bet That TV.
Bet that.
Big Thorough, my man Shano. Back at you to say peace
Happy New Year.
to 2020 and Happy New Year for 2021. Before we start off, like I always do, put the disclaimer out. These are the perspective and the opinions of Rex Robinson, Shannon Thibodeau. We got the right to say what we want to say. It's our amendment. If you don't like it, it's really fuck you this year. You know what I'm saying? We're going to take it up a notch. As always, I hope y'all been staying masked up and conscious of the COVID, man. It's still going live.
Better believe it.
You know, they would have you think, I seen people yesterday for New Year's Eve popping firecrackers, 12 to 15 in a crowd, no mask, videotape, Times Square, they off the chain. Half of the crowd ain't got on masks. It's still going down, y'all.
And the thing about it is, I think people then took their guard down thinking like, okay,
We got a vaccine now.
exactly. But because you have a vaccine, if you got it, it don't cure it.
Then what?
This is, if you catch it and you vaccinated, you supposed to be able to fight off the symptom. That's what this is. You ain't got it no more.
Yeah.
So,
Take it one time. It can come
you know,
back after you take the vaccine.
And then they have these variants of it as well. So when you think about it like that, I mean, are you really, what we really doing here? That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, is it really a cure or are we guinea pigs?
Well,
to
it
an
ain't really a
extent?
cure, and then, of course, black people have a right to be kind of like looking at this sideways. Don't forget the Tuskegee experiment where we caught them giving us syphilis, So what else we supposed to think? You know what I'm
I
saying?
expect us to trust y'all.
Right, y'all looking out for us now? I mean, come on.
Y'all ain't never looked out for us. Let that be said.
With that being said, I would say just be careful. And talking about this year going into 2021, I was looking at the list of just black folks that done died, right?
Yeah.
So we lost Debo, Chadwick Boseman, we lost one of the Pointer Sisters, we lost
Casey Jones.
Casey Jones, one of the first black coaches to win the title. Wasn't the first, Bill Russell was.
Right. We lost Ozone, Shabba Dabba Doo.
Breaking, y'all
Right.
don't know nothing about that.
Yeah, you young boys don't know the man, a legend, though.
But for the new guys, what is that, FBG.
Duck.
We lost him, we lost
King Von.
Mo3, you know what I'm saying, Pop Smoke.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And then on the other side, we lost George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, you know what I'm saying? And a whole host of other names that we don't know because it ain't make the same headline that theirs did. So this been a hell of a year aside from COVID. Then add in the COVID and, the joblessness. I mean,
Yeah, definitely can't forget. What's your boy name from Atlanta, the civil rights dude?
Oh, John Lewis.
Right. Never give him a shot.
Bill Withers, Lovely Day, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? We lost him.
Yeah.
We lost a lot of people, man.
Yeah.
Ecstasy from Houdini.
Yeah, in our community, we lost a lot of. Shout out to we lost MF Doom. They say he been gone since Halloween.
Right.
Family just brought it to the public eye, but shout out to him, legendary underground MC in this hip hop thing.
So with all this loss and death, man, that lets you know how precious life is. Live it to the fullest, man.
Yeah, since we talking about the COVID, man, I was gonna say I wanted to ask you what you thought about the whole propaganda so now they're gonna try to put famous actors, political figures, and athletes up to say they're gonna take the test to try to get the public, the sheep to follow to the slaughter.
Well, I'll say it like this, to quote Malcolm X, who was led by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad at the time.
Right.
He says, okay, who is a basketball player, football player,
Actor.
You're not versed in these things. You're not educated in these things. You're just popular.
Right.
Basically, you dumb as shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What do you know? I mean, this is not coming from a scientist, but what it is what we respect, what we celebrate, right?
Right.
But the truth be told, these motherfuckers don't know shit, man. Don't put your life in the hands of a fool. We done had so long, the blind leading the blind.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And what can these men do for us? I mean, your talent is in throwing a football, shooting a basketball. You
Acting
know what
on
I'm
the
saying?
camera.
You know,
Yeah.
acting like as if you are somebody.
Right.
And that's who we have to follow. These aren't great scholars. These aren't Nobel Peace Prize winners. These aren't people from the scientific or medical community that we're responding to. We responding to an actor. You know who's acting? Anybody who can take on the character.
Yeah.
That's who an actor is. I mean, you know, that ain't gonna cut it. You know?
Yeah. I'm just saying, and like I said, the sheep's to the slaughter, but they'll put them on TV in these different commercials and make the public say, well, if LeBron go do it, or if
that's not knocking these people, because I'm not saying that they're against our community. I'm just saying this is not their area of expertise. If I want to know how to shoot a three-pointer, yeah, I'm going to listen to a Steph Curry or LeBron.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Denzel. If I want to know how to act in these movies, yeah, I'm going to lean on you. Not that that's all you are and all you know, but that's your expertise.
Right.
So why am I going to go to you when it comes to matter of, you know, my entire life and what I do to combat something like COVID?
No, understood. We just showing y'all how the powers that be try to put the right hand up and slap you with the left hand. Just because they put these popular
people.
people.
If I'm showing you this hand, all the magic going on over here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why you jab, then you hit them with that power blow.
Yeah. Are we just saying that don't follow your great actors and athletes? Do your research, man. Check it out yourself.
What's right
Everybody's
for you
different.
and your family.
Yeah. Because, you know, I even heard that, man, maybe mid-summer, they going to make it to where you ain't going to be able to get on a plane if you don't take the vaccination.
And I mean, hey, that's a way to force you
to do
into it. But the thing of it, like we said on the last one, we was talking about the vaccination, you don't know the long-term effects of this because they don't know.
Right.
You know, all vaccinations have been tested 10, 15, 20 years before it was let out into the public. Now you don't know how often you even need to take these vaccines.
Right.
All of these are estimations. It's a hypothesis, right?
Right.
They feel like by their research they can educationally guess this is where it's gonna be, but it doesn't say that this is exactly where it's gonna be. So y'all got to do your own homework and understand that this is all hearsay.
So once again, let us just say this: it is not a cure. We want to make that understood to y'all. If you get it, that don't mean you can't get COVID. It knock it out. It won't come back.
Plus, it's different strands. Like they talking about variant. Does the vaccine work against it? And to be honest with you, the faster the vaccine came out makes me think that this is about population control. That not only was the virus itself built up in the lab, but also the vaccination before it ever came out.
Yeah, because I was going to say,
You know?
as we look back over history, like you said, even with the syphilis and the Spanish flu, have we ever got a vaccination this quick?
We have never.
Right.
And the thing about it is, and this is the whole thing about it, I want y'all to understand this, right? So man and cancer have two similar characteristics.
Right.
Man, like cancer, eat up all the resources and keeps on multiplying, right?
Right.
Without checking itself, right?
Right.
So what they've done is they've came up with Planned Parenthood, abortion, all these things, sterilization, imprisonment, all these things to keep from multiplying because there's not enough resources.
Right.
So we find it inhumane to kill or snuff out that young life or older life, but in the wild, they naturally do it.
Yeah.
It's only man and cancer that keeps multiplying beyond the resources that it has,
Right.
that ensures it will not survive. You know, certain parts of the world now they're starting to have, you know, water shortages.
Yeah.
If you have a water shortage, I can guarantee you the very next thing is food shortages.
Yeah, because
and as
food
you go
need
along,
water
right,
to grow. No
exactly.
doubt.
So as you go on and on down that path, you're going to see that these shortages become real life. You know what I'm saying? And we one, you know, major event away from the whole world being in need. You see what I'm saying? And you say, well, what about the pandemic? I think it's just controlled chaos.
Yeah, population control. I'm with it.
I feel as though, you know what I'm saying? Because look how it's going. And then the vaccination could be part of that same plan. You might live 2 years longer, but you dying for sure if you take it. But like I said, we have the luxury because they're not even offering us to us now.
Right.
Who are they offering it to? The people who can save your life, the essential workers, and the old people who a bunch of resources go to them in their time of dying and things of that nature. So that's just like killing all them off.
Yeah.
So
Don't get rid of it. I mean, not to say it like that, but you feel me? Go and get rid of the excess weight. They finna go anyway, right?
Right. That's how they feel.
That's how they look at it, right? Before we move along, man, I just got to give a shout out to your boy because he really had been laying low, but he back in the news. Donald J. Trump,
Okay.
with the stimulus check.
Well, I mean,
I want 2,000, but now it's 600,
Well, no, that ain't how it worked. Okay, so the only reason he even proposed the 2,000 was to go against, Mitch McConnell and the Republicans for not helping them steal the election.
Right.
Did
you say steal the election?
Right, because they want to make your vote null and void, and the democratic system, which they created.
Yeah.
They want to destroy it and implode that because he wants to be a dictator, authoritarian, a king, if you will. Right? But you didn't get enough votes.
You lost.
If you would have just simply done your job, you probably been reelected. But the thing is, you want to make the shit about you. And only a percentage of the population is willing to ride with that. This is just like in the days of Hitler, right?
Right.
All Germans wasn't for Hitler. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
But, and his way of leadership, that dictatorship, is what led to them slaughtering all those Jews.
Yeah.
It started out with propaganda. The same propaganda that's being put on our Brown brothers right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Next thing you know, I'm like, well, we need to kill them all. So you see these domestic terrorists, these white supremacists, they going into Hispanic community, shooting up the Walmart, shooting up the mall in Hispanic communities, right?
Right.
So, but I want to tell black people, you got to beware. When they start talking about Mexican, Jews, niggas is next.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
We all in the same game.
But another thing I want to talk about is, with Donald Trump comes, a lot of realities that this country got to face up to. You know what I'm saying? When you don't cure a problem or solve a problem, it's going to just keep on recurring.
And get worse.
Right. It's going to keep on popping up its ugly head.
Right.
Like, it's absurd to think because you voted in a half Kenyan, half white, non-cotton picking president in Barack Obama, or even Kamala Harris now.
Yeah.
Not a cotton picker. She is half Jamaican, half Indian.
Yeah.
Anything but a cotton picker, which we are natives of this land, especially the United States of America. It was us and these enslavers, colonizers. That's who it was.
Right.
Okay? So every other immigrant, when you step foot into this country, they gave you 650 acres of land. This is just fact. You can just go check your history book. You ain't got to listen to me. You got 650 acres. For each slave you own, us, deemed by, so this for all you Catholics, deemed by, the Vatican, the Pope, right?
Right.
All them deemed by him to be soulless creatures and to be enslaved, only the dark. So used to be if you owed a debt or you were enslaved through war, that would be a slave.
Right.
But they changed that to say only dark-skinned people because of that fear, because of the Crusades, that grudge they held all through that time, for us conquering Italy and turning Italy black by sleeping with all the women, not raping, sleeping with them.
Right.
And they had these Italians, as you see them now, with dark skin and black hair.
Yeah.
That's because the Moors conquered Italy.
Right.
Now, is that a lie? No, that's a well-known fact. That's why they call them WAPs. Half black, half white. And they hate that about themselves.
Right.
They just do. You know
do.
what I'm saying? None of them would proudly say about their Moor heritage. Can you imagine?
Right.
They would never, because they was all blue-eyed and blonde hair, just like the other Anglos.
Saxtons.
No, Saxtons merged in later.
Right.
But I get too far ahead of myself. But I was talking about United States. So the immigrants coming in got treated better than any nigga because they didn't want us to rise up. They know who you are. You don't know who you are. You see, and that's the
Facts.
issue right there.
Facts.
So being that that's the way that they set up the country, you know what I'm saying, that hate festered. And yet they elected Obama, Jimmy Carter, you know, JFK, all these people
Clinton,
were president.
yeah.
These things don't change the fact. No, Clinton did worse for niggas than any Republican.
But they would have you think he was with us. He
Oh yeah,
played the
because he played the
sax, he
sax.
blow
I
weed.
mean, no. From Arkansas, nigga, no. You know what I'm saying? Look,
Good old boy.
Hillary
Yeah.
Clinton, he has a son, spitting image, half black. Don't claim him at all, then sent money. This is a well-known secret.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And Hillary Clinton, who all you motherfuckers ran out and voted for, who Maya Angelou picked over Barack Obama.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because, like I said, everybody else, the biggest sin during the civil rights movement was trying to integrate. Integrate for what? We had our own businesses.
Right.
We had our own community, culture, you know, and it only was thwarted by the civil rights. Martin Luther King even say, I fear I've led my people into
To
a burning
house.
building.
Yes,
right.
he did.
And
Yes,
the
he
reason
did.
why he said that, what you want to be down with these people who lower than a snail?
Right.
You know, by their ethics, you know, the things they do. And see, it's all hidden in these broad terms, like urban and
ethnic.
Right. You know, they
Yeah.
in broad terms like that.
Yeah, for
You know
sure.
what I'm saying? But look, like Dr. Carl Evans said, it's 2 constitutions. It's 1 through 12, who are for white people, white man alone. And then it's 13 through 15 who are for black people, right?
Right.
And nobody else matters because we the original people in this country.
Right.
It's only black people who try to bring in, let's bring in the Mexicans. We don't
The
fight for
Asians,
everybody.
yeah.
You know, transgenders, they
Yeah.
walking up the street. They in their community, but we go join them. You know what I'm saying? Look, the Muslims right. We should have desegregated and came up with our own resources. Let me tell you why though. You know, and it's all about Donald Trump still.
Right.
Let me tell you why. Because every single other community employs and have resources and retail that they put out to the world.
For
You know
sure,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? We are the only community, only 2% of our community, right?
Yeah.
Is employed and works for a black employer.
Yeah, understood.
When they say the black unemployment rate is say like 10%, right?
Yeah.
What they mean is blacks who are collecting unemployment. Our country for blacks right now is 38% unemployment. These are people over 18 years old who do not have a job.
Right.
You know, that's 38%.
Right.
That's down during the pandemic from 42% that it was when you go down the line. When they talk about unemployment number, they only talk about people who are drawing unemployment.
Right.
When you no longer qualify for unemployment,
Then what?
you're not even
You're
considered.
outside. Yeah, they ain't. You ain't
know
no
what I'm saying?
statistic.
So,
Nobody.
I mean, y'all got to know the game that's being played on y'all. Until only resource that our community have, why y'all think y'all getting ahead when we only have 1% of the wealth in the country, that means we have no power, because wealth is power, money is power.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? I done told y'all once, the most educated person on the planet is the black woman. She has the most degrees out of any other race, out
Check
of any other gender.
Look it up.
Right? She makes the lowest in the country. She's the most educated in the world.
But makes the lowest
But
in the country.
she makes the less money.
Think about that.
You know what I'm saying? So education doesn't lead to wealth either. You know what I'm saying? That's ignorant.
Right.
The only thing that leads to wealth is money. And I don't mean how much you make. It's how much it spends in your community. So check this out. In the white community, their dollar changes hands 7 times before it hits a different community. Jewish, Asian, 12 to 13 times. The black community, 1 time.
Yeah.
1 time. Because of all the business, we only own 2% of all business.
Yeah.
Think about that. You 44 million strong, and you have the least wealth in the entire country. That's not by lack of effort.
That's by
This
design.
is a design. This is a plan
By
that's
design.
against you. So what you got to do for yourself, for your family, for if you can't do it for you, do it for your children's children. The Bible says that a good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children.
Yeah.
That's a good man. A great man will leave it for the rest of his line.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that don't necessarily just mean money, but money make the world go round, right? Money ensures your future. Money is the survival.
Yeah.
Okay? And we not surviving. Matter of fact, the black man is an endangered species. 96% of the prison population
is black.
Or the judicial system has black people in it.
And that's,
you know what I'm saying? In any phase.
Yes, sir.
You know, how does a jailer keep a job? Because motherfuckers keep going to jail. How does a cop keep the job? Because they keep putting. How does a judge keep a job? Because they keep putting niggas in jail. And Donald Trump appointed 160 federal judges.
Yeah.
Ask me how many of them were black.
How many?
Two are black, but they are Republicans.
Right.
So
they
y'all
with the shit too.
Y'all don't understand the history of this. Like, people think the Supreme Court is the be all and all. No, they are the ones who keep this racism going to make sure a nigga never gets anything. And I'm gonna show you how, right? So the first 60 Supreme Court justices, right?
Right.
Were slave owners. How could they ever do?
Did you know that?
You haven't won one real legislation in the Supreme Court ever, except you'll say, okay, what about the Civil Rights Movement? What about Muhammad Ali?
Yeah.
Right? Are those victories?
Say that again. The first 60 judges.
First 60 judges were slave owners. Because you was considered property.
Yeah.
So when they talk about in the Constitution about we the people, they talking about we the white people.
Right.
You not a person. They already told you 3/5 of a human being.
I'm just gonna say, a black man right now today, 3/5 of a human being. We still consider that.
Do you know what law enforcement job is? Is to protect property. They say to serve and protect is to protect property. That's their mission statement. You know, you are property. You know, whether it's being taxed, whether it's filling up their jail, converting you back to slavery, which is the 13 million clearly defined. If you put back into incarceration or breaking the fence, then you therefore are a criminal. You free the slaves and don't give them no land, nowhere to live. Now you loitering, you breaking the law. So now you right back to a slave. Mississippi had a chapter where you were you weren't considered a slave, you was an apprentice. And your apprenticeship was bought at a price. You still a slave. Yeah. You know, why you think niggas in Texas celebrate, Juneteenth? Because we was the last motherfuckers to know. We celebrating that? We celebrate that. Because we was the last niggas
Because we was a year late. We stayed in the shit a year longer. We celebrate that.
And then the minute they put us out, they arrest us all for trespassing and loitering. Because you don't own shit, nigga. I mean,
right?
I mean, the shit is ridiculous. And look, they arresting their own family. Because, I mean, look, if you have total power, right?
Right.
And you can just walk up on this woman and just start, ain't nothing you got to do. Ain't no civility. You don't holler at her. You can just start having sex with her.
Just grab her.
Because she your property.
Yeah.
Because she your property. So, all these babies made, all these mixed babies, that's why the blood ain't pure no more. That's why we don't go in the gym and after 2 months look like half these Africans that go in there because we ain't got the blood.
Right.
You know, now tie that back into Donald Trump.
Right.
So with all these design things that they've done against you, Donald Trump designed to be the president. He's the perfect person at this time. You know, if you read your Bible, you'll find about Nebuchadnezzar, right? You hear about Pharaoh. What the Lord did, the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart. Obviously, he's seen all these plagues coming on.
Right.
He says, hey, man, I'm sorry. Man, take your people, my bad.
Yeah.
That's what a sane person would do.
Right.
But the Lord hardens people's heart, right? And that's what he's doing with Donald Trump. So Donald Trump wasn't trying to get you $2,000 more. He was trying to punish his colleague for not backing him with stealing this election.
Right.
You know, he don't give a fuck what the hell you get. You know what I'm saying? He don't care if you dying in the streets. Because this is all part of a bigger plan that we have to open our eyes and see. We got to start internalizing, I'm talking about as black people, right?
Right.
You know, we have to start internalizing and saying, okay, we got to build a community for us. We got to have our own people that we elect to office, and we got to build wealth, right?
Yeah.
I heard some shit about reparations should be paid in education. Kiss my ass. We so educated and can't do shit. Nigga got a master's degree and working as the manager of McDonald's. You know, I got a bachelor's degree. I have never done nothing with it. Not a thing. Because ain't nobody say, oh, you got a master's degree in business. I'm going to hire you for this. Never.
Look, if anything, you get a degree and they'll say you overqualified.
Right.
How stupid is that?
Because that's the way to keep you from having a job.
Yeah.
So black people need to get away from this affirmative action, civil rights, segregation, desegregation shit, and do exactly what the Muslims been talking about this whole time.
Yeah.
You don't have to be Muslim to do it though.
Right.
You can build you a community, you can build the resources, and be able to have the wealth so that you can survive. Because all this begging shit, that ain't gonna work. We've been begging their ass for 460 years. Look where it got us. Got us in last place, the first to die from a coronavirus that so say came from China. Nobody really knows where it came from. You know what I'm saying? This shit's a ploy, man. Think deeper.
Period. Bet that.
Bet.